Hi Chaitanya.
Hi Dev.
It's really amazing that you're here. I've been a fan of you after Keeda Cola. Before, of course, I didn't see much of your films, but after Keeda Cola, I suddenly started binge watching everything. Right, I watched 30 Vets 21 and then your movies also. But then, yes, I'm a fan of yours, your work, especially in Keeda Cola, and then I've seen Maya Sabha very recently. And of course, Ghaati as a villain altogether. I want to understand the transition of yours as well from this very soft boy personality, soft man personality in 30 Vets 21,
Yeah.
and then to becoming this Ghaati as a villain. So I want to understand lots many things today. I'll ask you lots many questions, and
Sure.
I'm known for asking lots of questions. So I'll start with this very simple question first. Why are you named Chaitanya? The story behind Chaitanya. Do you have any peculiar story?
Uh, no, don't really have a real story about it. But my parents, in fact, my uncle, my mom's brother, he loved this name, so he named me Chaitanya.
Right.
I must have had some other name. I don't even remember that. But after like uh, 35 days after the naming ceremony, they just wanted to change the name and they had Chaitanya.
Okay. No, as is because I feel that names are really important, and then when you have a certain meaning to your name, you suddenly start behaving that way, or somehow, you feel like I'm Dev.
Yeah.
Because for me, it was always like I'm Dev, so I felt like, I'm this and all that. Now I understand it's not like that. But having said that, Chaitanya, I want to understand your trajectory in terms of why movie making. I know many of them have asked you before as well, but I want to understand for a guy who has gone to Australia very fresh, had a job, had amazing parties. I've just seen some of your podcasts where you spoke about your parties. And what changed and why you were here again in terms of filmmaking and being a hero?
Nothing really changed. Right from my childhood, I've always wanted to become an actor. But coming from a middle class background, or that humble background that I'm from, I knew that education is a must. Without which I couldn't probably be enough to be in films. Like in a sense where I wasn't coming from a very rich family where I can just take my education very easily and land in films any day.
Right.
I had to finish my studies just in case if this doesn't work, I might end up in a job someday, because that's the only backup option I had. Like not any other backup option. Like while I was in Australia, I had an option to stay back in Australia or to take my permanent residency because my brother lives there. It was an easy way out for me to just take my permanent residency and come here, try. But I didn't wanted any of those backup options. The only option that I had or I chose to have was education, because just in case, if it doesn't work, I will still have an option to go back and work somewhere.
Right. What was your self-talk? Like, how did you talk to yourself? Because I'll tell you, permanent taking this visa or getting your citizenship in a country is like a very big thing for many.
Yeah.
Even today, I hear people and they are just working in some abroad country so that one day they get this.
I have my friends, I have my cousins who wanted to be there, who wanted to get their permanent residency or citizenship and come back to India.
Right.
And that come back to India never happened.
Right. So I know that there are lots of people who wants to be there.
Yeah.
And when you had that option yourself, and you still chose to come here, hustle, because it was very hard.
Because I know about myself. If I have an option, I know how industry runs. I know how industry works. It might take a year, 2, 3, 10, 12. There's no guarantee here because I don't have a filmy background. All that I have is a very strong determination to get into films. I don't even know the route map to it.
Right.
I just came down and I started trying.
Right.
And in this process, I knew that I could be successful, I could be not. But the reason why I didn't take my residency or citizenship is because after a year or two, when nothing is happening, nothing is working for you, and you're short on money, what happens is your mentally your tendency is to, chalo, I'll go back for a year or 6 months,
Right.
make some money and come back. If you have that resort option, however determined you are, you'll still somewhere someday feel like, chalo, jayenge 6 mahine, I'll work there and come back. But you will get that tendency or leniency in your mind. So I didn't want that to happen with me. If I had that option, I would have gone back. I'm telling you.
Right.
Most of us would do, because the hardships here are very real. Like, after a certain point of time, you will be nobody. You don't have money, you don't have a car or a bike, you're literally on roads. So if you're successful, it is okay. But in that struggling phase, you'll have to go through so much of pain, so much of reality check,
Disappointment,
insults, whatever. And the graph is always low. Like, every time you think, okay, this is it, I'll not fall any more deeper, and the next day you'll fall even more deeper.
ఇంతకన్నా కిందకి వెళ్ళి-
దిగజారనుకున్న ప్రతిసారి మనం ఇంకా పడతానే ఉంటాం.
Right.
So in those situations, what happens is you feel like, why should I do this? I can just go back. You'll fall back to you'll fall back to that option.
Right.
So I somewhere didn't wanted to have that, because I as a person would have chosen that, because I know the struggles here. All of us would be confident at some point. We might feel that, chalo, none of this will happen, I'll go crack a film in a year or two. Everybody comes with that kind of confidence. But what if it doesn't? You're not going and coming back in 2 years and saying that it didn't work out. So I didn't wanted to do that. I just wanted to dive in without knowing the way back. That's what I told myself.
Right.
If I survive, I'll come back. I'll float. If I don't, I'll succumb to it. That was the mentality that I had. Fortunately, I floated.
Right. Now that you look at people who are still struggling,
Yeah.
what's your immediate reaction? What goes in your mind when you look at someone who, let's say, is talented and still not getting chances? What do you feel? Because you have come through the same struggle.
I look at it in a very different way. First thing I would think about is their parents, if they are well enough. If I should say, if they are rich enough,
Right.
you can take that chance. You can, 3 years, 4 years, you can try, see if it works or not, and then you can probably come back, because you still have money, you can do something. Or you can still keep trying because you have money and it works. Your parents are also, because those are the ones you are answerable to as a child, as their child. You are responsible to your parents. So I would look at it in this way, like, if you are rich enough, you come out, give it a try. If you come from a very humble background like me, say you are from a middle class or lower middle class family, it's sometimes even upper middle class family, it's not very easy, because we grow up with expectations on us. As we grow, our parents think that, okay, this guy is going to grow up, do some job, and give us a better life. That's the feeling of most of the parents, like, who come from like
Right.
small towns or villages or districts. Like from place, I come from Karimnagar. Not just me, like most of the parents think that, someday my son is gonna
Do something big and,
and
take care of us.
Take care of us.
away.
That's
Right.
the mentality. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing the basic thing right. That's one thing that you should be doing as a son to your parents, and if you're not able to do that, then that's something, I personally feel that's something very wrong. Wrong, not wrong or right, but that's the minimum that we can do for our parents.
Right. So you say dreams with accountability,
Yeah,
responsibility.
something like that. You, if you're well enough, all these things doesn't matter because your parents can look after themselves. But people who come from a very humble background, they also carry the dreams of their parents. Not just their dreams, but also their parents' dreams. Like one day is going to be successful. For them, success is getting a job, getting married, making some money, having kids. That's their definition of success. Most of the families. No, I'm not talking about the families now. Like, see, our parents back then. So, అలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్లో, in those situations, when somebody comes into an industry which is, hopeless, clueless, you don't even know what you're going to be become.
Right.
So in such situations, when somebody, I see around, or when I come across somebody who's getting into industry, I would firstly say, without any hesitation, I would firstly ask them, what does your parent do? Are they rich enough to support your, even if you're not earning for like 3 or 5 years, are they
and they sustain
willing to support you, or will you be able to sustain? Only then you come. You might get a break in 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, but at least for 3-4 years, if you can sustain without you earning a single penny, and if you have that burning desire, jump into it. Otherwise, go back, do something. No, don't just come, try. Don't just feel like, okay, I'll go give it a try and come back. That's not how it works here, because there are thousands and lakhs of people who are highly talented waiting for that one opportunity.
Right.
So,
I'll be honest, we just spoke for 10 minutes, I think. Your eyes are very, very, very expressive. I'm sorry, I know that this is off topic.
No.
Your eyes are really expressive,
Thank you.
I was like you're looking into my soul, and answering me. I don't know, it just came to me now that why don't we make a movie on you where your just eye talks, you're not talking anymore, it's just your eyes. Why I told you this is, now that you've explained me, I was drawn towards you.
Yeah.
For
the reason that is because it's not just my eyes, it's the emotion that I carry.
Correct.
Because
no, exactly, that's what, the emotion that you carry, it can be seen in your eyes.
When the emotion is real, it can be seen.
Wow.
It's not just me, even you.
Right.
All of us, when the emotion is real, when it comes from within,
right,
it shows in your face or in your eyes. Maybe because I have a little bigger eyes, it might be even more visible.
Right.
But that also applies to your acting, the field or profession that we are in. We need to be real. I might do a role or a character in this particular film, and the next particular film, I might do another character which is completely contrasting, like what I've been doing.
Right.
So every time, if I am not sincere towards that character, I can't give out the emotions of that particular character or what the director is wanting to get out of that character. You understand? So we have to be really real, and that reality only comes from the life that you have seen. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Right.
You have to experience all those in your life. Only then you will be able to somewhere relate and give out that emotion. Now, whatever I have been telling you for the past 10 minutes,
you have felt it all.
Yeah,
I've seen it all.
I've seen it all. I've been there. I would have had a beautiful life if I was back in Australia.
Right.
But I struggled for 10 years for the decision that I took.
Right.
Initially my family or my parents didn't support me, but 2 or 3 years, 4 years later, they thought, okay, let him try, he's still sticking to it after 4 years. let him try. Not that they had a very rich or lavish life, but they said it's only both of us. We will eat. We can manage. We will. We are not gonna. All that we wanted is a great, good life for you. If you chose this, that's okay. You don't have to do us anything, but just see to it that you do well.
You take care of yourself.
You to take care of yourself. If at all you get married, you'll have to take care of your family.
Your life.
You'll have to be in a position where you're not stretching your hands at somebody and asking for money after So that's the reason. Initially, they didn't like me getting into this. Obviously, any parent would not be, because of
there's no stability. There's no guarantee. Right?
There's no guarantee. There's no stability,
right.
And it's a very volatile field.
Every other day there's a new star.
There's a new star every Friday, and you don't know what happens next. You can just go up or you can just fall down. So the first 5 years where I was not able to give anything back to them. That was a very painful period, because
you feel guilty, inside.
Yeah, I feel very bad, very guilty, because see, I'll tell you, when I was going to Australia, they didn't know that I would come back and get into films. Inside me knew that I would someday come back.
That's your self-talk, right?
Now, when I've been to a foreign country like every other
Indian
guy, every other Indian, obviously parents are like, okay, finally my son is there and he's doing his, I went there to do my MBA, and
good days are here.
Yeah, I have started working at Costco for a very good salary. They started having hopes. They were feeling good about it. Slowly the expectations started building in their thoughts. They thought he'll soon get married. He will buy a house for himself. We can happily start. Everything started looking very rosy for them. And suddenly, one fine day or night, I took a decision and come back. They thought I'll go back in 2 months or 3 months. That's what I said. And 3 months went to be 6 months. They still didn't know what I was doing. I said, I'll go find a job here and I'll see how it goes. I can go anywhere, anytime. Then I took up a job in Wipro for about 5-6 months without telling them that I'm parallelly trying in films. But those 5-6 months, it didn't happen because work starts at 9, finishes at 6:30, Gachibowli, Financial District. And from there I have to come to Film Nagar. It's already 7:30. I had to meet few friends or just sit in a coffee shop trying to find some people from industry. If I can find some people, I would want to just go talk to them and say that, hi, myself Chaitanya, I'm just here to try in films. I did meet a couple of them, I did make friends. But 1.5 hours was not enough in a day for me to start doing my trials, meeting people.
Growing network.
Because I'll have to go back home by 9:30, then I'll have to come back to work in the morning. So I was not able to pull them off parallelly. And after 4-5 months, I gave up on my job and told my family that I'm jumping into industry. For 1 year, I just want to give it a try. I'll be an actor. They were completely against it, but I took up the decision and I stuck to it, and I started trying. There was a lot of backlash. It didn't really, shatter me. I was very confident. I was extremely confident in the first 1 year. I thought I'm gonna crack it anyway. Why should I be worried? That was the feeling that I had. I did crack. I did get a movie in the first 1 year. It did get released in the next year. It's called Banduk in year 2016. It was a dud. That's a different story. But I did get an opportunity in the first 1 year itself. That was my confidence, and I made it. But the success of the film was not in my hands.
In your hands, of course.
And that failure taught me many lessons in life. That was the first failure that I had, and that taught me many lessons in life.
Right. You know, I've many questions again, but then this is the first question that I wanted to understand. Who told you if you go and sit in Film Nagar for some time in a cafe shop, you know, things will turn out or you would get some opportunities?
It's
Like,
just
how did that happen? I want to
because
understand.
that was only to make contacts because I knew nobody here. Like literally nobody. None of my family for the past.
And you used to go alone.
Yeah, I just used to go sit
It
there.
takes lots of guts.
Yeah,
You know,
because
to go there and sit and try to talk
it's
to
a coffee
people.
shop. You can just go sit. Anybody can go sit there.
Right, of course.
Uh,
But I mean, I understand it's a coffee shop. You can go sit, but then the moment you decide that I'll go sit there by yourself alone
because
without
you
anyone,
don't have an option. Because if you had friends in industry, you would slowly go meet somebody or
Mutuals and-
and it could work that way. If you know nobody, like you're from Odisha, I don't know when did you come, but
Right.
for you to start knowing people, you should find out a way. Like how you reached out to me,
Right.
I should
Right,
also reach
right,
out to somebody.
right,
Otherwise, I know nobody here.
right,
So I knew people like come sit in coffee shops and discuss. I mean, I have been told that way.
right.
So I used to sit in the coffee day that was in Film Nagar. There was another coffee shop called Quiznos. That's how I actually started knowing people. That's how my friendships or the first steps into industry started.
But what was your inner feeling when you used to go there? Because I'm really curious about this. I'll tell you why. So I have a couple of startups myself, and there's a startup where I wanted to do a different kind of marketing altogether.
Okay.
So I made this robo mascot for the app. I mean, for the company that I'm working on. I mean, for the startup that I wanted to work. I made this robo mascot, and I made someone wear that mascot, and I made him stand in different places for marketing purpose again, so that people get curious. And trust me, I was with two of my friends myself, but then there's this certain bit of hesitation, embarrassed feel. How would people look at me, or would they react in a different way? And I was little embarrassed, to be very honest. But then you alone did that. I want to understand how you did that, because it's not very easy, to be honest.
Yeah, but when you don't have an option, when you don't see a way out, and this is the only way out, you only see that. Nothing else comes into your mind at that point of time, because you are very passionate, very hunger, and all these inhibitions are still there inside you, but they don't really come out, because it do affect you like for 1 or 2 days or 3 days, and after that you don't feel it anymore. Like all that you need is, if I sit for 2 hours, because I don't know if anybody is going to come here.
How would you approach though?
If I sit there for 2 hours, my only wish is that somebody should come here today and I should talk to them. That's the only thought that runs through my mind. Few days there might be nobody, few days there might be some friend. I would just go and ask them. First a couple of times I was very, very, what do you call that? A very
Shy.
Of
Of course, and you also have to go disturb, no?
Yeah.
Because they
don't know who you are. Suddenly
Right,
somebody is coming.
Like,
Are you from
excuse me,
industry? Are you
right.
actor? Are you director? What?
Right.
It sounded, or it looked very disturbing for me itself.
Right.
But then my only thought was, what if there is a potential opportunity I would miss out? No? So I did go. I did make some friends. I did get few rejections from people, even though they were from industry, because not everybody is willing to talk, or their mindset at that point of time might be not.
They might say like, no, I'm busy. Sorry.
They might look at you, or in a very disgusting way, or they might look down upon on you. All this happened, but my only intention was I should make some ways. There were people who said, come to office after a week. I used to go. That's how the connects started building. Otherwise,
Right.
I didn't even know where the offices were. So
Right.
I was just an outsider who was wanting to come into industry. Just the determination and willpower helped me to sustain here. Like, be here.
I saw one of your podcasts, and there you apparently shared this story where someone asked you to go to people and ask for money, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's an acting class.
right,
that,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
right. I want to understand that when this happened to you, and you mentioned, of course, you already shared the story, but then I want to understand when you are a very capable person who can do any other job, and what happened in your mind when they told you this and you had to do now, what happened then?
That is a challenge for me because acting is.
Did your ego come there
Yeah.
by any chance?
Yeah, of course it does. It'll come. It'll stop you. It'll question you. What are you doing? If you get a bad rejection somewhere outside when somebody treats you badly, you feel like, what am I? What am I doing? What is happening? You feel that. But it is for something that you wanted, You wanted to be an actor. And doing this, if doing this will make me an actor,
Why not?
I would do it. Why not? That was the mindset that I had. And by then, I realized acting is all about being naked and shedding your insecurities. That's what gives you confidence. If you think about 10 people that are on the set, you're only thinking about them, you're not being in the character. If I had to go out and just ask some random guy $100 or something, I'll just go do it 5 times, 6 times or 10 times, because the 10th time I will only look at that person and I would only look at if he would give me that 100 rupees or not about people looking at me or watching at me. The first 4 or 5 times I would be worried about who would be watching me. There's a nice girl going there, what would she think of me? She might not see you ever again, but the feeling inside you is that, let her go, only then I'll ask. All these things come into your mind.
This happens, you wait for them to go actually, right.
The 10th time, no, you don't care about anybody. Because you have done it for last 9 times and nothing is going to happen. The 10th time you go, even if there is your school teacher or somebody else, you still would go do it and come back. That's what these exercises teach you. So sooner or later I realized that, and I was okay with it.
Right. So this helped you as well in terms of
like you
I want to understand
listen
how
to
that
you listen to those Hollywood stories where Hollywood actors, like for Taxi Driver, there's this hero actor who went and drove taxi for 3 months. All these exercises give you that confidence, because you might never have been a taxi driver, or you might never know what they feel like or how they behave like, unless and until you do it for a day or two. So from the very beginning I was like that, very practical actor. I tried to get into the mood. I wanted to do and see how it feels. Otherwise, you don't really do 100% justice to the role, is what I feel. That was always in my mind. So all these exercises really helped me. It is not that I felt.
Did you ever feel that your teacher knows nothing kind of a feeling?
A lot of times. Everybody feels that, is what I feel.
No, I feel it too sometimes.
Yeah. I felt that a lot of times. But then I thought, chalo, kuch to bol rahe, let me do it. At that point of time, see, it only comes with experience. He is far more experienced than me. I am there with a limited experience. You get me, right? So he might be expecting something more from me, or he might be expecting something else from what I am expecting from that act. If, for example, say my teacher asked me to go out, talk to few people, or I don't know what you do, go out, bring me $100. I go to the first guy, he might only give me $10. The second guy might only give me 10. The third guy might reject it. So at that point of time, I might have felt, kya chuti hai, kya? why should I go out and ask? How
How
would
is
that
this
help
going to
me
help me?
in my
Right.
acting?
Definitely.
Is it trying to embarrass me? Or is it trying to make a fool out of me? These kind of questions do come in your
అసలు
mind at that point of
ఏమనుకుంటున్నాను?
time.
Right.
ఏమనుకుంటున్నా గురించి బయటకు పోయి when some others come to us and ask for such money
Like
or
me
help,
also,
we feel that now at that point of time we might feel what is happening with me, but later when you understand why you are asked to do that, that is when you will realize, okay, this fellow asked me to do it to shed my insecurities, not for me to go and ask money, or not that he wants $100. Because for me to become an actor, the first thing is standing naked out there. If you have your inhibitions, you can't be an actor. This was a lesson that I was taught in that way. He thought that would help him to shed his inhibitions.
Right.
At that point of time, I might have thought there are better ways of doing it. Why this?
Right.
So it is his way of teaching, and it's his experience. He thought this could. That is the most embarrassing thing. If he could do this, he could do anything else.
Right.
That came out of his experience. With our experience, at that point of time, we might feel what is happening.
Right.
So I gave up to his experience because I thought his experience is far more convincing than my inexperience.
If at all there's a biopic ever made on you, and let's say I'm the director, hypothetically, just
Yeah.
I will start off the biopic with this scene, where you're asked to go.
Yeah. So that's a great scene. That would be a great scene.
Yeah. I think it would be amazing.
Yeah.
To start off with that, and then you're actually trying to do, and then
Yeah.
getting those rejections, and then I make sure that
This
in
is
the
what
last of the
this
scene,
is what I did. I said, sir, I'm studying in so college. I didn't get my money order from my village. Can I have some 50 rupees, please?
Right. And I'm also
This is
visualizing.
I did this.
Right. I'm also visualizing you 10 years back.
Yeah.
10 years back, you were much more leaner.
Much more leaner, much more fairer.
Right,
Nobody would
right.
believe that this
right.
guy looks like a rich kid. Why is he coming and doing this? This was the feeling.
Right.
I didn't get $50, trust me. Nobody used to believe me. I was wearing nice jeans and nice t-shirts, and I came back from Australia.
Right.
Who would believe me?
I'll do the next time someone asks me like this, because people do ask like this, right? I'll try to ask him, is this an exercise of yours? Like, is there school nearby? Right. Because there are people who do that.
Yeah.
But then I'll definitely, if at all I am the director, I'll be starting off.
That would be a great start. For the film.
It would be amazing for the first 5 minutes, and then I wouldn't show you when you're getting the money. I'll show it in the last scene. After you getting into your peak,
Exactly.
I'll show what happened actually after. It would be really nice. But I want to understand, Chaitanya, how are you at home?
I'm very simple, Dev.
But you have baritone now over the years. I'll tell you that. This voice modulation, of course, it happens by age as well.
It happens by age.
But this baritone carries at home, or do you have a?
No.
Okay.
I mean, mornings, a little bit because in the mornings it is like that. But the one place where I don't want to be like an actor or just want to be myself is at home.
Is it why you're still in Uppal?
Yeah.
Because the moment I asked you, like, was it too far? You have come.
It is definitely far, and I've been doing this for last 10 years. That is one reason, because
your people are there.
No. That is because initially when I came into industry, I wanted everything to happen in 1 year or like I used to wait. Okay, 2 weeks I pen, 3 weeks I pen. Why are things not happening? But when it took longer and longer forever, the journey from Uppal to Jubilee Hills every single day taught me that patience.
Wow.
1.5. It started from 45 minutes, Dave. As time
The traffic
grew
increased.
from 2015 to 2026 now, it takes 1 hour 45 minutes, or there were times where it took 2 hours. In these 2 hours, I only analyze myself. What am I going to do today on the way to Jubilee Hills? What did I do today? Is that a productive day? Am I on the right track? That I don't even listen to music. I just do this.
Talk to yourself.
Talk, think,
Analyze.
process. What is happening with me? And this travel every day back and forth taught me a lot of patience. And patience is the most important thing that we need here in industry. So even now I prefer to travel because from Uppal, because I feel when there are testing times, when nothing is happening,
Right.
and you are so restless, that's when this patience comes into act. I used to be very short-tempered while I was studying, while I was doing my graduation, even in Australia. And of late I've become very silent because life teaches you all this, You expect it to happen in a day, 2 or an year. It might take 3 years for it to happen. So that's a very long time. You need to be patient, otherwise things don't work here. If you just give it up in the first 1 year, then you will not be there because it is supposed to happen in the third year. For the first 1 year, there will not be a sign of, forget about success, there will not even be a sign of that you are going to become something.
Right.
So patience is very important. This travel helped me a lot.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
Please let all of you, I mean, of course you'll be going to work with different directors.
Yeah.
Never wear shades,
Yeah.
right? Because I am here in the moment. Of course, I do podcasts now, I'm habituated, I am in the moment. But with you, I am in the moment,
Yeah, I know.
So this is humble request, never wear shades whenever you're playing a character.
Yeah.
In Ghaati, you wore shades a couple of times, and I felt like important thing with Davetestunaru. I really felt that because I saw Ghaati after its talk.
Yeah.
The talk came out.
Yeah.
And it was a comeback movie of Anushka Shetty, yes, of course.
We shot in Orissa.
Oh yeah, of course. I know.
Yeah.
I understood the Odia parts as well.
Yeah.
The ones that you were speaking, I could have
The
like
major
without
part of
subtitles.
it was shot in Orissa.
Yeah.
The tabletop mountain. I was
The
there.
viewpoint.
I was there in Orissa for 25 days.
Right. No, I know those
love the
locations
place,
as well.
yeah.
You're right in the borders of it. Barampur.
Andhra Pradesh,
Understood. No, I saw. I got
Dio,
it.
Mali Valley. and all that. Yeah.
I've been there. So I understood the language as well. But then every time you wore shades, I'm like.
It was for the character
of course.
because
Right.
Krishgaru didn't wanted me to wear shades, but
No, of course, your character needed
the character
Yeah,
needed it
I get it.
at some point.
Right.
And if you had observed, I most of the times will take out the shades at some point in the scene.
Correct. There was this scene when you are thrown in the water and you sit there with your eyes wide open, and then there's this scene where they are talking about something and you suddenly open your tongue, like you put your tongue out like that. Amazing shot. I thought like
that is what
Why?
the directors give you that freedom. That is what those improvs really. A lot of people.
It was like no, this is not how it's supposed to be done, right? I mean that frame, right? It's like no, they're talking something, but no, let's not do that. Let's get them into the business and you take your revenge, whatever the story. I was like, this is fantastic. Who told you that? Like I thought for myself.
Those minute things can only happen when you know the director really well. 1, 2, when you know the director.
So
gives you that freedom.
you never told. You were not told.
No. That was and Krishgaru liked it very much. He said, do it for the next. There are obviously
takes, right? You take
a couple
takes.
of takes. So he wanted me to do that.
And in different angles as well. Right?
So I was just sitting there. Krishgaru was watching me. I don't rehearse before. I do workshops and all, but I don't do the scene and then come out to the scene.
Right. You just do the dialogues part.
Dialogues part. I do the act just before the scene, like
Okay,
when I go sit there and
And
before
then
the lighting is all set
everyone
up,
is
that
there,
is
you
when I
act
start doing my with my eyes, and I will not do the complete act, but I try in my mind.
You know,
Okay,
where's your hands position?
This is how I am
you want
going to do
sit.
it. I'll play.
Right, right.
So I sat there and I was doing different expressions. The camera is already set, and the cameraman was checking, the movement and all that. Then I was doing. I did that. Sir, Ajay, he right up. There was no lighting done yet.
Right, right, right.
Krish garu saw that in monitor and said, "Sir, do that. Chala bagundi."
Right, right.
That is what happens when
Right,
directors give you that freedom.
Right.
And that, they have a lot of people ask me about that. How did that happen? How did because Piche, they were
right,
they
right.
they are
There's this
going to
conversation
talk,
going on,
yeah,
right.
there's a conversation going on about
Right,
having a deal.
Right. I'll tell you if
I was humiliated.
yeah, you were,
so-
and I'll tell you if you didn't do that, there would have been much significance to that frame.
Exactly.
It would have been okay, fine. Now this person, he wanted to do something, didn't happen. Now he's sitting here disappointed, and there's something going on backside, and he's probably contemplating something. But because of that part, audiences who are looking at you,
Me.
is doing something.
That is also when I feel this way. I don't know, but that is also that should also be a character or a trait of a good actor to grab the attention even when there are 5 or 6 people there
in the
out there.
frame.
Even when there are great actors around you, the ambition of
Any actor.
any actor should be to draw the attention towards you.
Right.
I do it that way because
Right.
I know there are Ravindra Vijay is a great actor. When you act with good actors, everybody there were good actors. So I wanted the attention to be on me. What else can I do? That also runs through my mind.
Instead of just sitting.
Yeah, in every frame. That runs through my mind in every frame. I think, most of the actors who would want the attention to be on them do think this way is what I think. I think, abhi ye scene mein, in this scene, I don't have any dialogues. The whole conversation is happening there. How do I draw the attention of the audience onto me? Because as an actor, I would want them to watch me. It's a selfish feeling.
Right.
So I try and do something that might work sometimes it might be noticed, sometimes it might go unnoticed, but as an actor, my enthusiasm is to draw the attention of the audience. That is why I did that. Krish garu saw it and it really helped.
Right.
And immediately in the next very scene, when you have good actors, I stand in front of my brother, Ravindra Vijay.
Right.
He could have just seen at me and then spoke to them.
But he came and
He'll hold my cheek, he'll turn me both the sides,
to see if
and then he'll see the smell, and then he talk. There is an act that is happening. So
I also love this. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I also loved when you were coming and then he gives you this hand. There's another person also who gives you.
I move away his hand.
Right, you throw away his hand, and I feel like
That is also an improvisation.
because that's the character, right? Because this is this narcissist
No,
person.
I really appreciate you observing those small things because that is also an improvisation. Because Krish garu told VTV Ganesh garu to go give the hand because ayyo Kundula నువ్వు ఎందుకు చేస్తున్నావు పైకి రా. Then I'm least bothered about this guy.
Right.
I'm looking at my brother. This guy comes.
Right.
He tries to give the hand. I just
Right.
Nuvera. That was an improvisation.
Right.
And from the next shot, Krish garu said, "Okay, you are going and giving him the hand."
Right.
Few times that is a understanding.
I'll tell you. For me, your role actually shined in that that shot. That is when we actually got to know what kind of a person he is.
Yeah.
Right. And then what you do with your brother next, that's again a different aspect of it. But then there it was like, okay, the villain has arrived. There's this, for every character there's this turning point, right? I felt that your characters, that was the turning point there.
It was beautifully designed.
yeah.
I
Love
thoroughly
that.
loved, enjoyed every act of it. I don't. Krish Garu told in a lot of interviews that he basically got connected to my eyes and he thought I would pull off that role. But I'm really glad that I got such an opportunity. It's not easy to get such kind of roles in such big films.
And that too based on your past work.
Yeah, based on my past work.
Right,
I
because
will always be thankful to Krish Garu.
Right.
I don't see it as a villain role, but to give me a kind of role where I can express myself in a different way.
Right, in a way that you haven't before.
I haven't done before, and where people can get to witness the other shades of me.
Right.
Only when you are given opportunities, your talent comes out.
Right.
So if you are only doing stereotypical roles, then nobody would know what are you capable of. Only because Krish Garu saw that in me, now that I did that role, people also know that Chaitanya Rao can pull off villain. Now that I did Mayasabha, people also feel that okay, he can also pull off a very
intense drama.
So only when you are given opportunities, your talent.
No,
shines out.
now that I've mentioned all of this, I feel that every role is different than the other.
Yeah.
Right?
The only role that I feel I didn't get
Yet.
enough credit or attention or success is Vastu.
Okay, Keeda Cola.
Keeda Cola.
I was about to ask this question because I wanted to understand. Okay, before going there, I want to understand this. What has been your favorite character? Is it Vastu from Keeda Cola? Like out of everything that I've played, and I'm not comparing as such, but I want to understand your favorite. It's not a comparison. It's basically understanding what did you like the most.
Okay. As an actor in me, like me being an actor, as an actor, I liked MSR because of the duration of the long stretch, the intensity, the drama, the subtlety, and because it was for 9 episodes, there was so much to do. So obviously, I did it for a longer time. I was on sets for a longer time. As an actor, I thoroughly enjoyed doing MSR with Keeda Cola because the whole setup. As an audience, I loved Vastu. Doing Vastu. And because there were multiple characters, more characters in the film, I only got a limited screen space in that. So obviously, when compared to MSR, it might look very small, but as an audience, as Chaitanya Rao, who is not an actor, I loved Vastu.
Right.
Because I know it was very tough, yet it was very entertaining. A bit here and there, it would have been looked like mockery.
Right, like you're overdoing it.
Right. Going over the board.
I just love the fact that you're aware of all of this.
Yeah, a bit. Is there any problem with a bit undertone would not have given you that essence of the comedy.
Right.
So I personally feel that is my, in terms of balancing, that was very challenging work of mine so far. Even with MSR, Devagaru were there, we did all of that. But however much practice you do or the homework you do, to balance that graph of Vastu is very tough.
I was actually getting reminded of all things that Vastu has done in Keeda Cola.
Yeah, it's a very challenging role, Dave.
Right. So I'll again tell you that it's the truth that the most hardest part of any actor is when you try to be a comic, when you're in a comic role. That's like the toughest part to actually pull off. And then I remember many things from Vastu. The way he talks to his grandfather. Okay, so first things first, I felt like he's not bothered that his grandfather is Brahmanandam Garu, right? You were so natural with him. I'll tell you what I loved about Vastu. And then comes his way of talking where he stammers and then he whistles in between. I want to understand first things first, Did you whistle it in the dubbing as well? Did you?
Yeah, I did it in the take. I did it in the dubbing.
Oh, it's your sound. Like you did it.
No, Tarun had it written. Everything is written.
Okay. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the voice, the
it's mine,
whistling
it's
sound. It's all you.
That's mine. Yeah.
Right.
It's totally mine. Yeah.
Right. And then every time Vasu is talking to these people who do not know Vastu, I mean, other than your grandfather and your friend, it's all, they don't get you. They're like, every time you call and they're like, the first thing is ringtone mogtundi, even when you're talking.
Because not many of, like us, even in the film, not many of them know what Tourette syndrome is or what autism is or what. They might not have ever experienced something like this. Who would do this? So the other guy says, "Arey, yendra ringtone vastundi." Tarun took it very naturally.
Right. And these people, of course, they were like, I don't know what this guy is, what this guy is doing. Have you seen this movie though, Hitchki of Rani Mukherjee also, when she has the same syndrome as well?
In Hitchki, Rani Mukherjee only has this Hitchki, that ickies. But when we discussed, me and Tarun discussed.
She also makes the sound cha. Yeah.
But when it came to Keeda Cola, we didn't want to
imitate
or resemble like anybody else. We wanted to keep it very natural and come up with something very unique and organic. So I had to research a lot. I had to watch a couple of films on this, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos how these people behave and all that. And there was a huge backlash on a film that recently came before Keeda about...
Which one? On Tourette syndrome?
No, not on Tourette syndrome, but the market, the stuttering thing.
Is it Lal Singh Chadda by any chance?
No,
it was not exactly.
No.
Right.
It's not stuttering. It was some other Telugu film, and we didn't want to.
Okay. It was more like a mockery.
Yeah. People, there was a lot of backlash on that, so we didn't want that backlash, or we were very, very careful and very, very responsible not to make any of those people with stammering feel offended. That was our first priority. Because we were very much aware of that, and after starting the shoot, Brahmanandam Garu also said that starting first cinema, he did that in that movie with that Aragon.
Right. His first movie. Where he works in a house.
Yeah.
Right.
Jandiala Gari movie.
Right.
Brahmanandam Garu said that even for that movie, there were these people who came and who got offended, and there were cases on that.
On the director?
On the director on the film. This was long back, and now we didn't want to make fun of anybody. So I wanted to be as realistic as possible. I used to talk like that at home. I used to talk like that with my friends. Yeah, because you just can't go on to the set and do...
Switch on.
Yeah. So I did a lot of homework.
But what happened with Keeda Cola though? I really want to understand that part, because I'll tell you, there are so many scenes that I can still remember, and I really loved it. And I loved it from inside.
When people who loved Keeda talks about a lot of scenes, a lot of the way the film is put, how much they enjoyed. The other day,
it's a package again.
One of my producer's daughter was thoroughly enjoying the film, is what she was saying me. So even kids loved it. That's the fact. When they watch it for the second or third time, kids loved it. But it did well, not to the point what we expected as a team, as a movie team. It did really well. We got sold off commercially. Commercially, the break even happened. They made some money and all that happened. But somewhere
we
didn't reach to a point where we thought it would reach. And for me personally, I I felt that I should have got a lot more credit for doing something like that in Telugu cinema. And I am not somebody who hypes about what I did. So later I realized I should have probably, did PR for what I did, because even today, if I watch Keeda, if I watch Vastu, I don't know if I can do it again. But that particular thing, the graph was so maintained really well. It was a very challenging role. The act was really nice. It was perfectly
No, I
placed.
loved Vasu, I'll tell you, because he's innocent in the movie.
Yeah.
But then there's a certain point of time where Tarun speaks to you.
Yeah.
About like, aim kavali life.
Yeah.
Something
The
like
most
that. And then I
viral
feel
reel. Yeah.
the rawest Vastu has ever been was in that scene.
Yeah.
Where
There
it
is no
tells-
dialogue.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is where again we talk, right? The twisting point of, the turning point of any actor.
Exactly.
The character that's the scene that actually happened.
That's the scene, and it is the camera is like here on my this thing. Tarun is
speaking
speaking
He's
on the other side. I don't have a dialogue there,
right?
but I am reacting.
You're just processing it, and we can know. We can see as an audience.
And audience can see it. And with every dialogue of Tarun, there is a little change in my expression. And towards the end, I feel like
He's right.
ఏముంటది నీ అమ్మ బ్యాక్ ఇంతేనా, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్ ఇట్ ఈస్.
Right.
All these days he has been having so many inhibitions, so many thoughts, so many. He's been crushing himself
With
inside.
his
Insecurities. Now suddenly it's like a revelation or a realization, like an enlightenment. It happens, and all that he only expresses through his eyes. And the immediate shot, he starts
The car and then
raising the car, and he is with a lot of confidence.
Right.
It was again.
I really loved again Keeda. I'll be very honest. I really loved. Even now, I know all those scenes very.
That is
vividly.
one movie I thought should have got more credit. People talk about 30 Bets 21. Now people talk about Maisaba. People talk about Ghaati. This is all good. They're all great characters. But I somewhere feel Vastu didn't get that.
No,
right.
I think I don't know. Probably you are better one to answer what gone wrong. Probably I think it's marketing, because I'll tell you, each and every character stood out for me.
See, that's
and every
one
character.
thing. For me personally, I felt every character stood out, and people didn't know who to travel with. Usually what happens, you travel with an antagonist, or you travel with a protagonist, you travel with a hero.
Right,
All of us do that. Now everybody is exceptionally well in the film. People didn't know who to travel with. There is Tarun, who is doing a great job on one side. There is Vastu, who is so empathetic. There is
His friend
Ancham.
again.
There is
just
Sikku.
love,
There is Jeevan. Everybody is doing great, and there is Brahmanandam Garu. People wanted more of Brahmanandam Garu. I don't know. I mean, even now when people watch it on OTT at home, they thoroughly enjoyed. Even now they text me saying that we loved this film.
So you feel that's the point? Like people couldn't understand which character to travel with.
That's what I feel. I don't know what exactly the reason was, but I feel too many characters might have confused them, or given or put them in a point where they didn't understand who to travel with. They said, okay, the movie is good.
Right.
Only when people travel with some person, they actually take it with them.
Right. But for me,
But then it's like, in Nagaraniki Emaindi, I believe it will start fermenting. It will start growing. People will start liking Keeda after.
I'm sure people now they're starting.
They'll like more of Keeda, because it's a different film.
Right. The English parts. You have your own thing, and then your friend being an advocate.
The Surinder, the bottle thing.
Amazing,
they were all
amazing.
very organic. They came out really well.
Right. How was your reaction after when it didn't reach to your expectations? What happened?
That's part of the process, right? You feel, you deep down inside your heart know that it didn't reach to the point where it should have reached. But you're happy with where it reached. That's all we can do. End of the day, you can't complain. You at least got that opportunity. People enjoyed. It was not a bad film. It did commercially well. Everything was there. Only thing was, we expected a lot more than what
Right.
actually happened. So
You know, I'll tell you, as audience, it also breaks our heart sometimes when we feel that a movie in the bound, but
exactly,
why didn't it?
I don't know why few movies don't get that or reach to a point.
And then after a point, they become classic cults
Classic
again.
cults,
If,
yeah.
if you see, I think more than 50% of cults that we have today, they were not appreciated.
Not appreciated.
Right? Mahesh Babu's one, Kadime,
Yeah.
and then we have who's this movie? I think it's Pavan Kalyan's movie that didn't work well. Tammudu, I think, when it.
Yeah,
No,
Tammudu,
not Tammudu. I
Tammudu
think
did well.
very fights in the start of the film.
Johnny,
yeah.
Johnny
Didn't work well.
Johnny didn't work well, but people
now
loved
it's-
it.
Yeah, now it's a cult, and
It's a
then
cult, yeah.
so yeah, I think that's how it happens. But then
Yeah.
I loved Keeda. Any day.
No,
You
no.
ask me, any day with my
I
friends.
thoroughly. I watch it when I'm little low and all. I watch few scenes of. I think it will age like wine. That's what me and Tarun discussed a lot of times. People will want like ENE 2. People will want Keeda Cola 2 at some point of time.
Right.
You never know. So
Which character you liked from Keeda, apart from Vastu's?
Naidu.
He has this redemption arc as well,
Yeah,
and I think that's where the whistles and all come.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
when it comes. But
Beautiful arc of
yeah, and then Jeevan being his own,
all of the characters, every character is great. But for me personally, Naidu's character has had that redemption.
Right. That
arc.
mystery. I think he
Yeah.
carried that mystery until
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end. But having said that, I want to understand, like, let's say you're doing a movie, right? With certain co-stars, you're all together, you do a movie. I want to understand this part after the movie, because during the movie you shoot and then you go to the marketing part, you do your PR, you go to interviews, you're all together as a unit, as as this unbreakable force of a team, right? But then once the movie is released, right? Of course, it's successful. It's not that depends on audiences again and depends on the movie. But then after that, I want to understand, how do you detach yourself from your co-stars and then you start working on some other project? I want to understand that part. Like, till here, I know that you're all a team, great, you're working, you're bantering. But then after a point, you again go to your different routes. I want to understand, how does that happen?
That's a very interesting question, Dave. Like, that's actually a task. What happens? See, we are all humans. End of the day, we have our emotions.
Right.
So, few movies take 40 days. Few movies takes 90 days. Few movies take more than that. Few if we are doing a web series, it might take longer time. So, in this process, morning 6, whenever the shoot starts, to say 6 in the evening or 8 in the evening, we are with them for about 8-10 hours for like 40-50 odd days. So naturally a friendship develops, or anything could develop, and there is a connection that happens. And when you act along with them, there is a bond that develops unknowingly, comfort level that develops. And once the movie is done and when the distance start growing, that is when you realize, okay, this chapter is over. We will have to move on to our next. Because if we can't detach from this film or this character or these people, how could you jump on to the next set or make new friends, or that is the challenge of an actor's life.
That happens organically?
It does take a couple of days time, and slowly you're as a professional, as a working professional, as a professional actor, that okay, this is just a phase. You'll now have to go and start being nice with other people, and it's a process, like shifting jobs. You shift movies, and you can't forever be with them or the team. It's a part of the process. Like how you meet different people in different phases of your life, and you can't forever be with them. You'll still be friends. Like, how do I put it? Like, most successful movies might not have best friendships. Most, this film of mine is done really well. I love this team. It might not happen that way. A film that didn't really well, you might be very closely knitted to the people of that team. It can be
Vice versa.
that way as well. So friendship bonds, how they develop, with whom they develop, we can't say. So if they develop like the team of 30 Wets 21, very successful and very popular show, but again, it's been almost 2 years I've seen her, my co-star Ananya.
The lead.
We hardly talk nor text. It's just once in a while the Instagram stories and all that, but we hardly talk or meet. But for the outside world, people think that okay, there were YouTube channels that wrote that we got married and all that. But in reality, it's like that. Somewhere we did our roles well, we did our part, but we exist in two different worlds. We don't have to be friends outside of that world, So that's how it works. But there are other co-stars of mine who are really good friends of mine, where that movies didn't really do well. So it depends on a lot of factors.
Right.
So
I love the fact in you is that you believe everything is a process.
It's a process.
Right.
Everything
I've
is a
seen
process.
everywhere, and I think this is authentically you. I don't think there's anything that you're just saying for this, sake of saying. And when we talk about processes, I want to understand your process again here when something doesn't work from your end, right? I want to understand how do you deal with them, and also want to understand how do you process success as well, both of them.
See, success, the first movie that I did, I was very ambitious. It got great hype because it being a Telangana film and based on Telangana revolution, there was so much traction, MLAs, MPs, all the industry people. It was released by Asian cinemas. We got some 100 screens and all that. There was an article on me in district edition saying that another superstar is gonna come. All that happened. And the next day when the movie released, there was nobody in theaters. We thought that promotion was enough. The hype was enough for people to bring into the theaters.
To draw people in, right.
Nobody was there. Movie went dead. I could only see like a couple of dogs in the theater, more than the people who came to see the film. That was heartbreaking, and that was my first experience of success. I was riding high. I thought
You have arrived.
I've arrived. Next day, the reality hits me, and it bloody took 5-6 years from there to see a success. I did 4 to 5 films in between. None of it was even recognized. I went back to Australia, did an entire film there with Hollywood actors. I was cheated with the distribution system. Somebody said they will distribute. A lot of things happened, but it took 5 years from there for me to see the success with 30 Wets 21. When 30 Wets 21 happened, even before I realized it was a success, there was so much happening around. Like the first episode got released, it was slowly seeping into the audiences and people are waiting, and slowly it just grew bigger and bigger. By the time I realized it was a success, to start enjoying, it was already very huge. 30 Wets 21 was very huge. Very huge, how do I put it? By the time I realized it was very huge, I was past 30 Wets 21. Season 1 was over and we were about to do season 2. And that was my first success. And in that process, it was a little overwhelming, people talking about all that. But we were busy doing promotions because it was COVID time. We were running here and there, doing interviews, hiding in places, doing online interviews and doing all of that. And luckily there was, because it was COVID time, there was not much of attention outside. People were sticking to their homes. So that somehow helped me to process the success and digest it. If it was not COVID and people were just enjoying that, and I went out and I was getting huge admiration and all that, it would have probably taken some time for me to process it, I guess. But because it was COVID and people were only enjoying it sitting at homes, and I was doing interviews, I was getting a lot of attention on Instagram and all that. It was a bit overwhelming, but I took it very easily because I had a very bad experience in the beginning. By then, after 5 years of struggle, Dev, you will be sorted. You would want, you know that.
You'll mellow down.
Yeah, you'll mellow down. You know that this is just a phase. Tomorrow you'll have to go do another film, and that has to be a success. Otherwise, you'll be put down again. And the next film, it has to be a success. Otherwise, you'll put down again. Every time you are put down, you'll have to step up and show them that you are successful. How long can you be successful for? There will be a downfall. And when there is a downfall, you'll have to come up again. It is a process. You have to go through the grind. So if you are happy, you will definitely feel happy for success. You will definitely feel bad for a loss. But that should not enter your mind. The process is, you will still have to go to a set and you will still have to work. That's more important. Being on set, being on in front of the camera and trying to work is more important than success or failure. This is just a byproduct of you being there. You know, you get it? It's, yes, success gives you a lot of attention, lot of wealth and all that, but that should not stop you. That should not stop you. The failure should not stop you.
Right.
Either of this should not stop you. You still go back, work. That's what these huge stars from Malayalam do. Mamukka, be it Mammootty Garu or Mohanlal Garu. They do 3 or 4 films a year, and most of them are big hits.
Right. Critically acclaimed hits.
Yes, hits, blockbusters. Still they come and do films. That's all. Superstars they are.
Right.
The success ratio that they have is much more bigger than any of the other actors. They still do. Even if it is a small film, they still do. Even if it's a big film, 100 crore film, they'll still do. If they like the content, they still do. They're actors. They will do. That is their job. They enjoy it. That is why we are here.
With Malayalam stars, I feel they are actors first, and then superstars next.
Superstars later. Yeah.
I feel that's the reason why they.
That's the space I want to be in, Dev. I really want to be in that space. We have actors from Malayalam, great actors. We have actors from Tamil. We have actors from Bollywood, actors like Fahad Fazal, actors like Vijay Sethupathi, actors like Ayushmann Khurrana, Ranbir Kapoor. The great actors. There are also commercial stars. There are also stars.
But actors first.
There are stars and there are also actors. We also have stars and actors in Telugu, but I would want to be in that space of actors.
You're choosing something for the character, not for the.
Yeah. I mean, I would balance it out. Eventually, I will do commercial films. I'll also do these films, but more on content based. You understand? So, when a film of mine comes out, gladly people like you should feel, okay, this guy is a good actor. Why should I not watch his film?
I already feel that.
Let me go watch his film. That if I can give that feeling to my audience, who's spending $100, that's enough. That's what Nani does. Now everybody wants to watch Nani's film because everybody feels connected to him. Arey, Nani is doing it, must be a good film, no? Let me go and watch. That's what happened.
That goodwill.
Yeah, that goodwill. You should gain that goodwill first.
Right. Where are you in this process? Where do you think you are? Do you think there's still more? Of course,
there's a lot more. There's always a lot more. I am. I've just put the baby steps now. There's a lot more to come. I'm learning a lot with every film. I'm learning a lot with every success and every failure. I'm evolving with every film of mine.
I can see. No, you're evolving with, I think, every 3 months you're evolving, because I've seen your interviews, which are again 3 months, 6 months.
Yeah, because self-retrospection is very, very important because their times are changing very rapidly.
Right.
Like what people like 6 months ago might not like today.
Right.
And with the growing fast culture of this social media, you don't know what's gonna be successful, what's gonna be unsuccessful. You don't know. It's all very scary. So you need to be updated every 3 months or every 6 months. You need to know what's happening around you. You need to know what's working. You need to know what people are liking on social media. What is trending. You should be aware of all this. Otherwise, how could you give them what they want? You're not just doing it for your soul satisfaction. You are doing it to entertain them. In any possible way, be it comedy, be it horror, be it a thriller, your primary intention or goal is to entertain them, the 80% of the people that are watching you. Not 100% of them will always like you. For that, you need to be aware of what's happening around. And for us to know what's happening around, as on today, social media is the only place. Everybody is on that.
Right.
So trends keep changing every 3 months, 2 months there. So that's how I look at it. I would want to update myself every now and then so that I am relevant.
Right. Now since that you've mentioned that you have to entertain this 80% of people, I always have this question because let's say, again, you will be a bigger star, of course, it happens. I mean, we have bigger stars, right, in the industry when we look at that. But then you will reach that point someday, I'm hoping. And I really wish that. And of course, I believe that every actor has that, right? Because
everybody eventually reaches there.
And in Telugu, it's very funny, but I'll tell you, the audience uses terminology, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. We have that, right? And then everyone's dream is to go to tier 1, where your name is enough to fill 100 crore in the first 3 days, right? But having said that, now you being wherever you are in whichever phase of your life in terms of your profession, how burdened do you feel for a movie to be successful or not to be successful? Does that feel like a burden? Do you feel it, let's say a movie released but it didn't go well? How burdened do you feel? Even during the process, do you feel that burden that this is riding on me?
It's not a burden, it's a responsibility, I would call it.
But does that responsibility also become a burden sometimes?
It does become a burden eventually because that's a very interesting take on it. See, I'll only take my case, I will not talk about others.
Right.
People know that I'm a great actor. People know that I'm a good actor. I'm decently good looking, good enough. Also, I can perform, I can do a bit of that. All of that is there. And more importantly, I have a couple of good hits also. Now, when a film of mine comes out and doesn't work, that straight away impacts my market. Says, in terms of market, is a very tricky word. Now, when the next producer wants to do a film with me, he calculates my capability with my previous film. He says, this film of his didn't work well. His market value is this much. So we'll only do the film in this much.
Right. Okay.
So that becomes a burden.
Because now people will not give you that budget as well for
ambitious projects.
So
that's a very tricky part. Now what happens is, what is actually a market? Now if a film does really well, let's say my film did 100 crores. Is there a guarantee that my next film will also do 100 crores? Okay, my film went dud. Is it mandatory that my next film will also be a dud? No, right? So it's all a stake. Like how we put stakes on casinos or in shares. It's also a stake. Okay, this film didn't work for so and reasons. Now the next movie, as you said, there is a burden on us to make it more successful. Now what we do, we see, okay, are there enough commercial elements? Are there elements that people love? Are there enough stakes in the movie for majority of the audience to like it? Is this the trend that is actually running through the times or the industry right now. So that becomes a burden. When that becomes a burden, we slowly start getting into that template of successful cinema. Okay, last couple of films were of this genre, so next film I'll choose of this genre so that I am in the safe zone, because the previous film's failure has burdened me. Now I want to play it safe. So okay, responsibility will turn into a burden when your films don't do well.
Wow.
That is considering the market value. No, I would not want the market to think that okay, this fellow's film didn't work and I would not. So people only judge you or rate you on based on your previous film. So that is why it becomes a burden more than a responsibility.
This is really amazing, because I really wanted an answer, but somehow I knew you would give me this answer. And now that I think of what you just mentioned, it's true. And then when that burden thing happens and when you try to play safe, there are again people who would say there's no experimentation.
Yeah.
Right?
So very tricky.
And it's a cycle again. I
not just for me, for most of the actors, when people we claim that Malayalam is doing, I mean, it is a fact though. They're doing great films, they're trying different genres. Why don't we do all of this? All of this, on day-to-day basis, we listen to it. Now when we do something very experimental, if it doesn't work, maybe my contemporaries would not want to try it, or he has done something like that, it didn't work out, let's do something which is acceptable. That kind of thought process comes in, obviously, which is natural. So it's a cycle, once in a while somebody comes, experiments, if he's successful, he becomes Fahd Fazil. If he's not, he's not known at all.
I'll tell you something. This will make you a little happy. Of course, I'm sure you're content. But then, the word that I've heard after I told people that you're going to be on the podcast is Top. He's a Top actor. This is what I heard, and this is not from just one person. Couple of people I told.
But that's just not enough, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
See, people know that I'm a good actor. Still, there is a burden on you to make your film successful.
Right.
If just my part doing well, me getting that credit that he's done a great job as an actor, is not enough. The whole film should work.
What worked for 30 Vets 21?
Relatability.
Families.
It
entered.
Yeah, 30, 21.
Earlier, I think that's reality as well in most of the parts.
Yeah.
At least in South India.
And bit of North India as well. If not now, 20 years before, to our parents and all that, the age gap would at least be 9 to 14 years. So that was the relatability that people got connected, and the writing, obviously, and the performance. So, see, for a successful film, it's not just one reason. There are many reasons that come together for a film to be successful. Likewise, for a failure film as well. It's not just, for this reason it didn't work. No, there are a lot of reasons for it not working and for it working as well. So we can't just pinpoint on one particular thing. Only when everything comes together and falls in the right place, it becomes success.
This is a very hypothetical question. What do you think will happen if 30 Vets 21 gets dubbed in Hindi?
It did get dubbed in Hindi. There's a movie.
It did?
Yeah, it is on YouTube.
I'm not aware. What was the reaction though?
It got good enough views.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was
relatable to North
India. It was dubbed as a movie.
Oh, okay. So the whole series was
you're
clubbed and
put as a movie.
Okay.
It did get a good number of views.
Oh, great. I didn't know that. I just saw the web series.
They put it in Hindi.
So why I was asking this question is because I want to understand, is there any inhibition for you to go to North or, go to that direction?
I will eventually go there.
Okay.
For sure. I will.
Which, if at all, let's say you would dub all of your films as of now, which one would you think would be actually successful in North? Let's say if you're dubbing in Hindi, let's say.
I think Keeda Cola will definitely work. Something like Delhi Belly.
Right.
Keeda Cola, if made in proper.
Wow.
Let's
are craving for-
let's say if it's made in Marathi, I think it would, it would have done really well, or Hindi would have done really
Right.
to larger audience.
I'm surprised that no one has approached for remakes.
Yeah, only when the film does extremely well.
Right, okay, only then. But I'm sure if it's dubbed in Hindi, because Hindi audience, they're starving for this kind of
entertainment,
for, genre like Delhi Belly, because if you see, it is very real. I mean, near to Delhi Belly, the abuses as well. And then the
exactly.
English abuses as well. And then I just want to say this again. There's this one scene.
This English to Telugu. Now the translation will be from English to Hindi when it comes to car take. Car take. Are le raha hu.
Right. I'm sorry again, but I really love Keeda that I can't stop talking about it. There's this scene where Brahmanandam Garu, he talks at Mudladdam Ra, your life is important to me, you're important to me and all that, and you believe him and you go near him, and then this your friend, the advocate friend, he's like, Antena, Nanadleshnara, he tells that, and then you stutter there. I mean, because of your syndrome, you say lan. I feel like, it's such a wholesome movie. I really feel, I really believe that one day, because if you know this movie, Tumbad, it did not do well at all when it released, but then afterwards it grew like crazy. People loved it, and then they had this re-release. The re-release earned what Tumbad's actual release did in its entire lifetime. The first day itself did more than what they did in their entire life. So probably one day, please.
They will definitely consider doing that, I guess.
I think it has to be done with a better trailer cut, I think.
Exactly.
But better marketing, not trailer cut. The trailer was amazing as well. So I think that will really work. But then yes, this Hindi, I mean, if at all it's been dubbed in Hindi, I think that would be really amazing.
It's an entertainer, so
people will, I mean, I feel this, I don't know, I want you to comment on this. I feel that nowadays there are lots of movies, like very big movies, where you have to take your brains with you and go. Like you have to prepare yourself. I'll talk about Salar, like one of those biggest movies as well. I was prepared. The moment I sat, I was prepared that you have to remember every name. Who's this? You have to calculate everything in your mind for you to understand the movie. And there are all other big movies as well. I'll tell you, you have to go with your brains. You have to sit, analyze everything to enjoy that movie. Christopher Nolan movie, the only reason why Christopher Nolan is because he makes his audience come, sit and calculate. But having said that, if it does every movie like that, let's say in the span of just one year, it won't work. I'll be very honest, because people, they will feel overwhelmed by the calculations. It's only because he has this gap and then he does this movie. I don't know if he looks at this and he's like, he'll take it on ego, I don't know. And then, I think movies are like this nowadays, where people have to come sit and they're forced to, calculate everything. But Keeda Cola are the movies where you're not forced to do anything. You just sit, you enjoy. You enjoy. You don't have to, you don't have to, acha, veed, ikkada, you don't have to do this. You just have to sit.
You just go sit, and with every scene, you'll be entertained.
You'll be entertained. And I'll tell you, now that the trend is all about bigger than life movies, I'll tell you, there would be a point where films like this will truly shine. Because people will be overwhelmed by these movies. Of course.
That is why films like Mad.
All this. If you see, I mean, you also mentioned about Mauli's movie. I forgot the name. Little Hearts. Film like that worked because there are bigger movies, and when these are like this buffer, for the timing where you can actually go entertain yourself. I'm not saying that those are better than these movies. It's not a comparison.
See, every film has its own audience. People would want to enjoy these kind of movies, and once in a while people would want to go out. It's a theatrical experience, out of the world, larger than life. You go, you get immersed, and that adrenaline rush, you have while watching those films is something surreal. On the other hand, these, entertainers, you just go, you turn off your brains, just watch the film. Enjoy.
What are you more inclined towards, as of now? I mean, at this phase of life.
At this phase of life,
like which movies are you preferring, or do you prefer?
See, I love comedy any given day. I personally like all Venkatesh Garu's movies because he always tries to entertain you at some point or the other. So I like entertainment in the movies that is always there, but at this particular time, I am more inclined towards kind of thrillers in this last couple of months.
Are you working on them by any chance?
Yeah,
Is it
maybe that's
something-
one of the reasons I am liking them, I guess. But I'm more watching kind of thrillers.
Right.
I recently watched Echo, Malayalam movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I watched it again.
I don't know. They have a different. I don't know what's happening that side. They have different. I think it's also because of the liberty that the writers have there. They have this amazing liberty, and I feel their audience. I'm not comparing again, but I feel their audience have come to a point of accepting those kind of movies as well. While I think our audience still have certain, that
Limitations,
when we
Those films when they are dubbed here, we accept.
that has been a controversy, I think, recently, right? But having said that, I want to understand this part. I will not take much of your time, but what is your current take on how how Tollywood is growing? How do you see? How excited are you?
Tollywood
Or does it scare you as well?
No, it doesn't really scare me because see, eventually every industry has to grow. Only then, a lot of opportunities are created. Lot of employment is created. Lot of talent is being supported.
Discovered.
Rediscovered. So definitely, especially Tollywood is in a great space right now, and it is growing larger and larger. When the industry flourishes, there's lot of talent that comes in, and a lot of opportunities are created. And what happens is, when people, say if the producers who just want to come into the industry, not everybody can make a 100 crore film. So when people want to make films in limited budgets, you have more number of options. Earlier, when the industry was limited, you didn't have many options. Now you have, okay, Chaitanya is not there, then we'll go for the other actor. You have 10 options in every slot.
Right. And not just for acting, for every department.
Craft.
Yeah.
So that's the best thing I feel about it, because having options gives the people. See, end of the day, it's a business. Nobody is doing it just for art, for the sake of it, or for art, or for charity. End of the day, it also has to be a business for the producer who's investing money. Now, when he has multiple options, some or the other will be benefited. See, for in what context I'm saying this is, now if people want some other actor, he's probably busy with bigger films and all that, they would probably think of another actor, and he is tied up with some other dates. They would probably come to me okay, Chaitanya, are you interested in doing this? That's when people,
the industry grows,
right? So it's a great sign for the industry to be in the phase, all thanks to Rajamouli Garu, to be in the phase that we are in right now. We are not just in terms of money, but in terms of exposure as well. Earlier, Telugu cinema was only watched by Telugu people. Now, Telugu cinema is watched by people
Pan-India,
in the north, people in the south,
East,
Tamil,
West.
Malayalam. They're also watching us. So, when I mean exposure, when somebody likes a film, when a film is extremely successful, they might pick us from Telugu to act in Hindi or Malayalam.
That's
or
happening
Tamil.
now.
That's happening.
The
lot of Telugu
cross-cultural,
actresses are working in Tamil and Malayalam. So the cross connection thing happens. That's another great what do you call it, byproduct of this Telugu film industry booming.
No, having said that, this is the last question that I want to ask you. What is it for you from here on? What can we expect from you? And I actually want to know, how do you think your directors and producers look at you in 3 words? Let's say, you're approached by a director or producer. What are the 3 words that are your defining words today in, with perspective of your directors and producers?
As you said, great actor. Again, a lot of filmmakers, directors come to me because fortunately I have been accepted as a versatile actor or experimental actor. Like I do a lot of that.
Right. Different.
That has come to me, but fortunately now people know or accept that
Yes, he can
he
pull it
experiments,
off.
he can pull off anything. So
Like
experimental.
betting money. Right.
And yeah, acting, experimenter, and flexible with my looks and all that. Once I jump into the project, they will know my commitment and all that. Now, so I was a very committed actor. I can do anything for the role. That these are few things that directors come to me.
Right.
And yeah, mostly
Right,
this.
right.
I would want to go to a place where I can, also want directors and producers to feel that, okay, which is going to happen very eventually, but I also would want to think them in terms of money. Okay, I'll do a film with this guy.
That confidence that we can do a bigger budget.
Bigger
maybe.
budget films with this guy.
Right.
That's my next step.
I think isn't that the ultimate for
That is,
every
yeah.
actor? That is the
That
ultimate.
is the
right?
ultimate.
Or is there anything else more than that?
No, that is it.
Right.
Earlier,
I think
people
that is
used to
actually-
have this notion of, okay, na cinema 100 రోజులు నడిస్తే చాలు. I want a 100 days film.
Right.
Now people want a 100 crore film, 100 crore club.
Eventually, it has now 1,000 crores now.
Yeah.
Right.
So now, initially, if at this point, I want a 50 crore film. My next film should gross at least 50.
Is it going to release in theaters?
Yeah, Dil Diya.
Okay. Am I supposed to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, we are still shooting it. There's
I can talk, right?
Yeah, you can talk about it.
Right. Because remember our conversation you mentioned.
Yeah, you can talk about
I'm
it.
talking. I can.
Yeah,
Okay.
happily.
Okay. So, right. So Dil Diya. Yeah, you continue.
Yeah.
You're saying about Dil Diya.
Yeah, that's my next. I have a release in March called Kokoroko. It's a very experimental film.
I saw
again.
the poster.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
very
day before
experimental
yesterday.
film.
Okay.
Produced by Ramesh Verma garu,
What
who is a
genre?
director. Watch out for this film. It's a very experimental film again.
Okay.
People will love my character. It's more like an anthology. Anthology is where like you have multiple stories, and the major stories of the Kodi,
Right. The cock.
hen, whatever, the rooster. Rooster is the primary character.
Really?
Yeah, and
Is it like Ega or worse?
yeah, kind of Iga, but Iga has more of VFX and all
right.
that. But this has a different story.
Okay,
Everybody runs after the rooster.
Right.
Very interesting film. Me, Samudrakani, Sunil garu, Samudrakani garu, Praveen garu. A lot of good actors are there, and every actor has got good enough space, and
Right.
the story has come out really well, and people will love that role of mine. And immediately after that comes Dil Diya in Summer, which is coming of age love story by Kranti Madhav, who has done films like Mali Mali
That's a love story.
It's a love story, yeah.
It did not look like that with the
Yeah,
poster.
it is a love story of a
okay.
filmmaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you playing the filmmaker?
I am playing a filmmaker. It's a love story of a filmmaker.
Oh, okay.
It has come out very, very well, very interesting. I'm really looking forward for that film to come out and do very good numbers, because I've been waiting on that for a while now. And I've got a great lineup after this. I've signed 3 films, very interesting projects. So quite hopeful about this year.
Right. I'm really looking forward to it. But before we wrap up,
Yep.
do you have your dream directors to work with?
I always wanted to work with Trivikram garu. I did get couple of opportunities in last couple of films, but somehow with this it didn't happen. But I thoroughly uh, enjoy his films, Trivikram Garu's films. So Trivikram Garu is one. Obviously, Rajamouli Garu is always there for the kind of films he make. Puri Jagannath Garu. Is one director I always wanted to work.
I really want him to, you see some people and then you feel like they have to, come and...
Yeah, RGV Garu also, but I've done a couple of things with him. They might come out, they might not come out, that's a different story. But I worked with him very closely. My inner this thing is satisfied.
Now, the actor side of
me as
RGV, working with RGV.
Working with RGV side has been satisfied. So these are few directors I would want to work. I would want to work with Imtiaz Ali, Sandeep Pedivanga, Anurag Basu, Supan Verma. The few directors I really wanted to work.
Right.
Anurag Kashyap is another great guy.
I was about to.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah,
there was a point of time when I didn't know the difference between Anurag Kashyap and Anurag Basu. I used to think both are same.
Two entirely different people and entirely different films.
So what happened, I saw Gangs of Wasseypur and then when Burfi came out, I felt it's both the same director because of Basu and Kashyap. Anurag, both of them, I was shocked. That guy who did Gangs of Wasseypur, how could he do this kind of movie? And then I realized, it's a different guy. Two different people altogether. But yes, I am really looking forward to all of it. And I think it would be a sin for me to not ask you this question. How was it working with Brahmanandam, sir, Garu? His is a legend. Yeah. I really want to understand because I don't know why no one spoke about this before, but I really, really want to know how was it working with Brahmanandam Garu?
It was the learning experience to act with such big actor, star, person, as a human. A Guinness Book World Record holder.
Right. There are certain people who we don't want to retire.
So it's a great experience, a learning experience to have worked with him that closely, like grandfather, grandson. He was very friendly, very humorous, very nice. There is a certain amount of energy when he's around, He gives you that vibe, he gives you that confidence to work. He will never behave like he's the Brahmanandam Garu. He's like, I am Tata, you are Manadu. That kind of vibe he gives. And more than this is acting and all, the way he speaks is very, very motivating. It hits
his
you really hard.
Persona is on another level.
On another level. You won't expect that from Brahmanandam Garu. So unbelievable. It was a great, great experience working with him. Tick mark. Bucket list, it is ticked off.
Right.
I always wanted to work with Kota Srinivasa Rao Garu, but Brahmanandam Garu.
I always wanted to actually do a podcast with Ratan Tata. I really had that, and the day I got the news, I was devastated. I'm like, I really, really wanted to talk to him once in my life. But having said that, what do you think life is all about? And this is the last question, I swear.
Yeah. That's a very tough question, Dev. Life can never be all about, because in life there is never all about, you can't conclude everything, because at different stage of your life, your choices, your preferences, your everything changes. You can't just put life in one word, because every human has a different take, every individual has a different take on life. But life is all about, for me, I can't talk about others or anything, but for me, life is all about being in that moment, being able to enjoy that moment, that particular moment, not worried about what can happen tomorrow, or life for me is all about having a beautiful set of people around you who you trust, who you believe, and be happy with. That is it. Beyond that, nothing matters. In realistic scenario also, it is always we care about society, what, it's all about few people, it's all about your family or few friends that you have. Life is all about that. If you are happy around that space, that is it. I mean, yeah, you have to earn, you have to be successful, all that is there, but end of the day, life is all about these few people who you can blindly trust and be yourself with. That is life all about.
Well, on that note, I'll wrap this podcast here. It was great talking to you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
I
for having me,
wish-
Dev, in conversation with Dev.
Right.
I've not been doing any interviews or podcasts with
Post
this look,
your
but I think I've been through your interviews. I really like the way you frame your questions or ask or make them talk. So I somewhere liked the idea of your vision or your way of handling this podcast. So I thought I should be in this, and thank you for having me there.
No, it was my pleasure, and I just wish we had.
Thank you for
more
the
time.
research that you have done on my films. And,
No, I loved your films. I'm being honest. I don't know. I'll tear up now if I start telling you every scene. There are many scenes, but I can't because we have little time constraint. But having said that, it was great talking to you. You're a great human being. You're a good actor probably for many, but for me, you're a great human being.
Thank you.
The kind of clarity you have in terms of the processes, in terms of accepting the truth, in terms of being aware of what's happening around you, I think that's phenomenal. And for someone like you who's just been in 10 years in the industry, right? I mean, this kind of maturity I expect from 25 odd years of experience.
Life teaches you everything.
Right.
I'm in the most happiest phase of my life in the industry. I worked with the likes of Devkatta Garu, Krish Garu, Tarun Bhaskar, Kranti Madhav is another phenomenal director. I have got another great lineup. So I'm in the happiest phase of my career.
Right. It shows in your personality itself. And as I mentioned, please do not use shades for too long when you're acting because I think people would miss those magical eyes of yours, which are very expressive.
No, I have this, when the lights are too bright, I tend to blink. That's why my eyes tend to get dry. That's why I use shades, but that's a great suggestion. I'll follow it.
Right. And I'm looking forward to the next movie.
There's amazing year ahead. I mean, 2026 is going to be great for sure.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dev. Thank you.